Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Gambling on Hockey on the Parlay Network, one of Canada's sports betting networks. I'm your host, Celine Trimarchi, alongside my co-host, Luca Rosano. Now, Luca, games went on last night. There was 4 NHL games. I only got one game correct. What about you?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, Celine. It was a rough night. I only got one as well. The Dallas Stars were the only
Yep.
pick that I got correct. The Maple Leafs,
hmm
I don't know what happened to them. They got absolutely embarrassed. I mean, I took them -1.5. They not only lost, they're the ones that lost by more than 2 goals. It was crazy to see that happen.
Yep. I thought the score was going to be 5-2 Leafs. Yeah, it was 5-1 Buffalo. We love to see that. Go Leafs, go. Love being a Leafs fan. It's awesome, awesome. Anyways, let's put that game behind us. It's a busy scene in the NHL tonight. We have 18 teams, 9 games. So we'll start off with a Canadian team, the Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators travel to the Sunshine State, currently where I am, to take on the Florida Panthers. So, Luca, if you have to bet on this game, what are you taking? The money line? Are you going over, under? What's it going to be?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Panthers -1.5 at -155. I like the Panthers in the spot. They're one of the best teams in the NHL, and I think they're gonna look to make a statement here. And the Panthers should be able to pile up on a ton of goals with guys like Sam Bennett, Anthony Duclair, Jonathan Huberdeau. And I just think this is gonna be a very dominating performance for them. I don't think, Ottawa's offense will be able to keep up. So I do like the Panthers, who should not only win this game, but cover that spread in the decisive victory to snap out of their losing streak. So give me the Panthers -1.5 at -155 odds.
Yep, same here. Putting down on the money line for the Florida Panthers. You mean you got Jonathan Huberdeau, 18 goals, 57 assists, and Sam Reinhart, Aaron Ekblad. You have a solid team. And we cannot forget Sergei Bobrovsky. Every time I say that, I just think back to Jay on TSN. And also, the Panthers have been victorious in 32 of their 46 games when they were favored on the money line this season. So that was 69%. So, yes, if you want to put money on this game, I'm pretty sure it's going to be easy money on the Florida Panthers. So next game, the Pittsburgh Penguins are in the Sunshine State as well, but they're on the west side at the Tampa Bay. So this is their third of 3 meetings this season, and they've already split the games before. So Luca, what's your pick on this game?
It's gonna be a good one of the games of the night, in my opinion. The Penguins, they haven't had much success against the Lightning. The last time these two teams met was October 26th. I know it was a while
hmm
ago, but the Lightning did dominate that game, beating the Penguins 5-1. Pittsburgh has looked solid in its last 2 games, but the offense just hasn't been there. So I think they're gonna have a tough time scoring the puck here. And I'm actually gonna take the Lightning money line at -170. I think the Lightning beat at home is going to be that extra boost. And even though they are pretty heavy favorites, I will be taking them here. I think they will get the best of Pittsburgh once again. So give me the Lightning.
I'm going to go with the under on this game. I mean, switch it up here a little bit.
Nice.
It's 6 goals. I don't think they're going to come up with 6 goals tonight. So I'm taking the under on that one. Next game, Minnesota Wild and the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, Minnesota is looking to stop its 4-game slide with a victory over Philly. Luca, what you taking?
Yeah, you look at this game, Celine, the Wild can score, and the Flyers' biggest issue is their defense and goaltending. So this is going to be a rough spot for them. They have actually surrendered 4 or more goals in 6 of their last 8 games overall. So this is the key as the be the difference maker for me. You're going to have a Wild team that they like putting the puck at the back of the net, going up against a team that gives up a ton of goals. So I'm actually going to go with the Wild here, -1.5 at +130 odds. I can see the Wild winning this game by 2 or more goals.
Yep, taking Minnesota on the money line with this one with -190 over the Philadelphia Flyers. Yes, the Wild are 3-7-0 in their last 10 games, and the Flyers on home ice are 9-14-5. But I'm still sticking with the Wild on this one. I feel like they have a solid core, especially when it comes to their offense unit, and they can put pucks behind the net for the Philadelphia Flyers. Gosh, that was a tongue twister on that one to say. Next game, the Carolina Hurricanes. There we go. Carolina Hurricanes and the Washington Capitals. Now, the Hurricanes look to extend their Capitals' home problems. The Caps have lost their last 6 outings on home ice. Now, the team hasn't dropped consecutive home games since, get this, 1981. That is a long time ago. So Luca, do you think the Capitals can pull off the win tonight, or are you gonna stick with the Hurricanes?
I'm gonna go with the Hurricanes as I do think they have an edge in goal here. Freddie Anderson, shout out to him. He's having a great
Yeah.
season, and
Mhm.
he's been having a career season at that. And I think he's gonna have a really good outing in net. As you look at Ranta, who will be going on the flip side, he's not at the same level as Anderson, but he's more than capable of winning a tough game. So this is actually a pretty even keel game, in my opinion. I mean, you look at the Canes and the Caps, they're pretty evenly matched on the 5-on-5 play. Carolina's averaging about 3.15 goals per game at 5-on-5, while the Caps are typically scoring 2.66. I'm going to take the Hurricanes money line here. I think it's going to come down to goaltending, so I'm going to take the Canes money line minus 130.
I'm going to take the under on this one as well. Like you were saying, it is a fairly even game. But Washington, so half of those defeats that I was just saying, how the 6 outings on home ice, during that 6 game stretch, they've failed to score more than 1 goal. So I don't think the scoring is going to be high tonight. I'm pretty sure Freddie Anderson is going to be stuck in net, solid in net, and he's going to come up big for the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, going back to a Canadian team, the Vancouver Canucks, they're in New York to take on the Islanders. Now, the Canucks are 14-13-3 in road games, and the Islanders are 10-10-4 at home. So what are you going to take on this one? Are we doing another money line, or are you thinking to jump to my side and take an over under? What's your pick?
Yeah, the Canucks have looked really solid. I'm really liking their form under Boudreaux's tenure, and this is a team that I think they're gonna win tonight. So I'm actually gonna take Canucks money line at minus 110. I think this is going to be a lot of upside provided by the Canucks, particularly with Peterson finding his form. And you look at Barzal, he's probably gonna sit for New York, so that's gonna be a big event in this game if that does happen. So I actually see value with the Canucks here, who are an underdog. So I'm gonna go Canucks money line minus 110. Yeah, a little bit of it could be viewed as a little bit of a shocker pick, but I really like how the Canucks are playing of late, and I think this Canadian team will get it done in New York.
Well, you also have JT Miller on that team and Elias Pettersson, and they've been unbelievable for the Vancouver Canucks. But I'm going to take the over on this one. I feel like the Vancouver Canucks, they've given up 3.6 goals in their last 10 games, and the New York Islanders have given up 2.8 goals. So I feel like it's going to be a high scoring game, especially with Matt Barzal and Brock Nelson. And like I was saying, JT Miller and Elias Pettersson. So I'm going to take the over at 6. Next game. Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, the Patrick Kane and the Blackhawks welcome Connor McDavid and the Oilers to the United Center. So, I mean, every time McDavid is on the ice, I feel like a lot of people tend to just, Edmonton's going to win. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna be that homer in this spot. I'm gonna go with Edmonton, and I
Oh.
marvel every time I see McDavid play. I mean, it's incredible what he does. It's like he's always putting on a highlight reel goal or doing something that
Hmm.
leaves you with your jaw dropped. And you look at this matchup; these two teams have gone in completely different directions since their last meeting. I mean, Edmonton, they have improved drastically lately. Their analytics and they have better metrics, leading to more wins. And you look at the Blackhawks; they are simply spiraling out of control with no end in sight, and it's not going to get any easier here as they are going up against an Oilers team that is looking to gain a whole lot of heat and steam going into the playoffs. So I'm going with the Oilers money line minus 145. No upset pick for me here.
Yep, fair answer. I'm going with the Edmonton Oilers on this one as well. I mean, you have McDavid, like we were just saying, and you have Leon Draisaitl, but you also have Ryan Nugent Hopkins. So, I mean, it's a solid 3 players. I mean, there's more players on the Edmonton Oilers who are amazing as well, but those are the top 3. And I feel like Edmonton's going to come up strong, especially with all the challenges that the Blackhawks have been having as of late, like this season and even last season. So, another game Montreal Canadiens and the Calgary Flames. So it's a Canadian showdown tonight. Montreal continues their Canadian road trip in Calgary, and they've been having some unexpected success as of late. I mean, they're 5-1 in their last 6 games after having a wonderful 10-game losing streak. So who are you gonna take on this one?
Yeah, Calgary is a huge favorite here. I
Yeah.
really don't see any value in this game other than tackling on the over under. So I'm actually going to go over 6 total goals at
Okay.
minus 110. I think this will be a matchup where we can see Montreal score some goals. I mean, this is a power play that has looked much better lately. I don't see them getting the win, but I can see this being a bit of a goal fest. So that's my best value game pick for this game. I think this will go over total goals. So I will actually take that.
I'm going to take Calgary on the money line with this one with minus 425. And based on the money line in this contest, the Flames, their win probability is 80%. So I think I'm going to stick with the numbers and take the Calgary Flames. And plus, you also have Matthew Kachuk and Elias Lindholm and Johnny Gaudreau putting up numbers for the team. I mean, 20 goals, 45 assists for Gaudreau. Kachuk has 26 goals and 33 assists, but also Jacob Markstrom, he's been pretty solid in net as well. If he has a save percentage of 925, and he's only allowed 86 goals in all games played. So I'm sticking with Calgary on this one at minus 425 on the money line. Another game. Okay, so this one's pretty simple. I mean, you should definitely put your money down on this one because we all know who's going to win here. And it's going to be the Colorado Avalanche. Okay, so they're playing the Arizona Coyotes. I don't even need to ask. I know you're gonna pick Colorado. Please tell me you're gonna pick Colorado.
I'm actually not. This is gonna be my surprise pick of the show. I'm going
Wow.
against the grain here. I'm not gonna take Arizona money line. What I am gonna do is take Arizona with the spread plus 1.5 at minus 120. You look at Arizona. I know this is a big mismatch on paper. They're actually 2-1 against the spread when facing Colorado, and I think they can actually cover here again. But with that being said, it is the Avalanche. They have looked dominant all season long. I would not be
Yeah.
surprised if they end up winning this game like 6-7-1. But for the sake of adding a little bit of spice to this show, I will go with Arizona here. I think they will cover once again and find a way to scrap out the cover. So yeah, give me Arizona plus 1.5. Meaning, if they lose by one, I win that bet. So I'm hoping it's a close game.
I guess we gotta watch to find out, but I'm staying on the safe side and I'm
I know I'm
taking
crazy.
Colorado. You are definitely crazy, and I can't wait to chat with you again after to see who ends up winning. But I'm taking Colorado on this one at minus 400. Like you were saying, they've been unstoppable all season, and even seasons prior. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if yeah, okay, they win tonight. Well, they're gonna win tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised if they end up back. In the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, they're a pretty solid team. So I'm taking Colorado on this one. Next game, next and final game. Boston Bruins and the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, this is a pretty even lineup, I would say. So,
Yeah.
what's your pick on this one?
Yeah, so I'm actually looking at the goalie matchup here. Teams are averaging just 29.2 shots on goal when facing the Bruins this season, which is
Hmm.
actually sixth lowest in the league. And then you look at Vegas with Robin Leonard. He is Thursday's projected starter, and he's been in good form. And he's actually allowing 2 or fewer goals in 4 of his previous 5 starts. He's posting an impressive 9.24 save percentage during that stretch. And then you look at the Golden Knights, since they entered the league in 2017, they have faced off against the Bruins 7 times. In those 7 meetings, the total has not cleared 5.5 goals on 6 of those occasions. So, if you haven't already guessed, I'm looking at the over under with this game, and I'm going to go under total goals at 5.5 at plus 100. I'm sticking with the trends here. I think this is going to be another low scoring matchup.
If you didn't say that stat, I mean, I think I would have stayed with my pick, but now I'm kind of debating it. I was gonna take the over on this one. I mean, because you do have lots of offensive power, especially when it comes to the Vegas Golden Knights. You have Jonathan Marchessault, Shea Theodore, and Chandler Stevenson. But then you also look at the Boston Bruins. You have Brad Marchand, David Pastrnak, Patrice Bergeron. So I'm sticking with the over. I think maybe this is going to be the game where they get over. goals. So I'm sticking with that. That is my pick. But thank you all for listening today. We hope our insight gave you some clarity on what teams to root for. I mean, I probably still wouldn't put money down on the Arizona Coyotes, but if you want to, sure. I'm your host, Celine Trimarchi, alongside my co-host, Luca Rosano. So catch us here tomorrow, the Gambling on Hockey on the Parlay Network. And thank you all for listening.